everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be customizing our iPhones, and I'm super excited because I love doing this whenever a new season rolls around. So we're going to be making this one more like a fall aesthetic, and I'm super excited. And I did the iOS 15 update about a day or two ago, so I've been watching YouTube videos and TikToks teaching me all of the different features that they came up with, and they came up with some really cool stuff. So if you haven't updated your phone yet, I totally would, because I think it's worth it. And I am going to include a little bit of the iOS 14 customization things in there too. I do have a whole video that I did last year, and I will link it above. And I just made my phone more of like a boho beachy kind of aesthetic. I really loved it, and that's what I kept up until now. And I just felt like making my phone very cozy and spooky to match the season, of course. I'm gonna go through a little bit how to do that, because I know the two apps that you need to make those things do look a tiny bit different. So I'm just gonna go through that as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. I do have the iPhone 11 Pro. So we have the three little lenses here, and this case I've had for a long time. I got it off Amazon, and if I can find it, I will link it below. And we're just gonna get into it. So every year for fall, I always make our pumpkin patch picture my lock screen. So I'm gonna go ahead and start a screen recording. And I have cleared all of my icons so that I can just make a new like layout with the shortcuts. So you can see my screen is clear. There's no icons except for this one folder, which I'm a real estate agent, so I do have my real estate apps as far as my email, I do have my YouTube apps in here so I can check my analytics. So anything work related I have right there, because I go to so much. So I'm gonna keep that on a separate page so that I can easily just get to it. So first thing we are going to do is I'm going to change my wallpaper, because we need fall. We need fall. So I have a whole fall folder, and all of these pictures are from Pinterest. So I will link my Pinterest down below as well. So if you like any of these photos, you can use them too. So I'm gonna pick one to make as my wallpaper. And I did this one last year, and I really liked it. So I think I'm gonna do it again this year. Okay, yeah, I like that a lot. All right, so now we're gonna start with our widgets. So if you don't have the app Widgetsmith, just go to the App Store and download it. And it looks like this little like black with a blue square. That's what it looks like. And I'm going to add a small widget. So just to create one, you're just gonna pick whatever size. So there's small, there's medium, and there's large. So I'm just gonna do a small one, and we can rename it. We'll name it pumpkin photos, because that's what they're gonna be, because we're festive. And then we're gonna tap the widget, and you can see you can pick all kinds of different widgets on here, which is really cool. So we're gonna do photos in an album, because I like it to shuffle through the pictures. So I always have all of our pumpkin patch photos in one album, so that every time I unlock my phone, it's a different pumpkin patch picture that we took together. So that's what I'm gonna do, and that is my pumpkin patch photo album. And I'm gonna save that. And then we're gonna go to add a widget to your home screen. So you're gonna hold your finger down on the home screen, and you're gonna hit the plus sign. And then you're gonna search Widgetsmith. We created a small one, so we're gonna hit the small, but if you made a medium, you would just swipe and select that one. So we're gonna go to small and add widget, and there they are. They're so cute. So I'm gonna add another widget, and I really wanna add the date, because I always forget what day it is. So we're gonna add the date. I'm just gonna edit this small one right here. I like the month and date. I think I'm gonna do that. And you can change the color, the font, the background color, which I think I'm gonna keep white, possibly. And I kinda like this dark orange. We'll do that. Okay, so I added the widget to my home screen, and the pumpkin patch one is not what we were going for. Just tap on it, and then tap on like the name of the widgets, and then we did small number 3. That's the one that was our date. So we're gonna hit that, and then there we go. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so now we are going to add the shortcuts for our apps. So you can make your own custom icons with the symbol of that app. So like if you wanted the Instagram logo, you can make your own however color you want it, and just basically just make your own custom icon to where it matches your theme. So I'm gonna do that. I don't do it for every single one. I usually just do really cute photos for the other ones that I don't really care to have anything for. The only ones I really care to do it for are the ones that are on the very bottom dock that don't have the name of the app below it, because I can kind of forget sometimes which one's which since you can't put the name on it. So one way to do this is to download the app Canva, and I use them to make my thumbnails. So they're really cool to have, even if you're in school or work or any kind of project. They're really cool, a really cool app to have. And I love their website too. So like if you have presentations or you want to make a PDF, you want to make an Instagram post, really anything you could think of, they have it on here. And we're gonna search, you can see I've already been doing it. So an icon, iOS icon actually. So you can see all of these different icons on here. I know you can download some too, so it's really up to you. You can make a blank one, which I think we're gonna do that. Let's make a blank one so we can make our own. So I'm going to change the color to I think I like that color, right? Maybe we should do a little darker. No, that's too bright. Ooh, begins. Okay, I think I like this. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna choose, we're gonna hit the plus sign, and then I wanna make this one, I'm gonna make this one my texting app. So maybe message, oh, here we go, okay. And I want it white, and then, oops. We're just gonna make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so that's how I like that one. I'm just gonna screenshot it. You can save it too. I'm just gonna screenshot it just to make it easier, because I want all three of my icons at the bottom to be the same color, so I can just delete this and add the other picture. So the next one, I want it to be my phone, like for calling. We'll do this one. And then I'm gonna make one for Safari. So, okay, I'm just gonna do a magnifying glass for this because I didn't like the Safari symbol. They didn't have one that's just like a solid color, so we'll do search, because it's usually what I'm doing. I'm usually searching for something when I'm going to Safari, so it works. And then the last one that I'm gonna do is my music. Okay, so now that we created all of those custom icons, I'm going to go to my shortcuts app. You're gonna hit the plus sign, and then you're gonna hit add action. And then in the search bar, you're gonna type open app, and you're gonna tap that, and then you're gonna tap where the word app is blue, and then we're gonna pick the app that we want. So this one can be, let's do our messages. Okay, so then you're gonna go to the top right where you see that little blue circle with the little adjustment notches in it next to the X. We're gonna tap that, and we're gonna hit add to home screen, and then you're gonna type in the name of whatever you wanna name the shortcut. So this one is just gonna be my messages. And then you're gonna tap the picture of the icon, and we're going to choose photo, and then we're gonna pick the messages one. And then you're gonna hit add. And there we are. And then I'm just gonna move it down here. Oops. Oh, that's cute, I like that. Yeah, okay. And then we're gonna go back into that, and we're gonna hit done. We're gonna do that again. So I'm just gonna do that for the rest of my apps that we just made. Okay, so I added all 4 to my home screen. I love how it came out. I think that looks so good. I love the color scheme. It's very warm and very cozy, and I usually don't like oranges or anything like that, but this time of the year, I do. So now I'm going to make icons on the rest of my home screen so that for like the apps that I use all the time. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to go back into my shortcuts. I'm gonna hit the plus sign again, and then add action, open app. And then I'm gonna make this one, we'll do my settings because I changed my settings a lot, or like adjust my Bluetooth or whatever. And let's see, add to home screen. We're just gonna name it my settings so that I know what that is. And then I'm gonna go to choose photo, and I'm gonna go to my albums. So I have a fall album right here, and so I'm just gonna pick whatever pictures that I want. I tend to pick my favorite pictures for the apps I use the most. It just, I don't know, it makes me happy. So we'll do these little pumpkins. And then you can adjust the pictures, like where in the photo you want, like if you want it zoomed in or if you need to fit it, which is really nice. And then add, and then there we go. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do that for the rest of my apps. Okay, so I've completely customized my phone how I like it. So you can do so many different things with this. If you want more in depth of how to customize these widgets and icons, I would suggest watching my video from last year. So I decided to just make a medium size widget as the date, so I could see the month, the day, the month as a whole. Just, I like it a lot better like that. And that's how I did it last year, and I really enjoyed it. So that's what I did. And then I just picked a picture for each app that I really liked. And I just feel like it can be a lot for some people, but honestly, I really like how this looks because it looks so cozy and just so exciting to me. So I really love it. With the widgets, you can make it where you have like your to-do list on a widget. So instead of having the widget that I have that shows the date, you would have your to-do list there. You can have your notes, reminders, your steps, really anything that you want, the weather. You can also stack widgets too, so you'll just add the widgets to the screen and then just drag them on top of each other as long as they're the same size, and you can swipe through them, which I also show you in my video. So like I said, if you really want to get into depth on how to customize, check out that video because there are lots of good tips in there. And as of now, I'm going to go through just a couple iOS 15 features that are on the new update that are super cool. So the first thing I want to show you is the Safari search tab has moved to the bottom of the screen. So whenever you open up Safari, it's just going to have the search bar at the bottom, which is kind of cool considering the keyboard always pops up at the bottom. So you don't really have to reach all the way to the top of your phone. And then if you want to move it back up, you just have to, like, let's say we're going to go to google.com. We'll do that. And then if you see where the big A and small a are on, are on the left right here, you'll tap that. And then it'll say show top address bar. And then that'll move the bar to the top, just like it was before. Or if you just want to move it back to the bottom, then it'll be show bottom tab bar. So that's a cool little feature, just a little extra customization. The next thing with Safari is you can also group your tabs. So like if you have certain tabs open for school, some open for work, some open for, I don't know, a project that you're working on. So you'll go to the 2 squares on the very bottom right, and it'll show you all the ones that you have open, and you'll hit where mine says 1 tab, and it'll be new empty tab group, and then you'll just name it, and then you'll be able to put those certain tabs in that group, so you can kind of stay organized if you just have certain things open for school or for work or whatever it may be. Next up, the next thing they added was called background sounds, which is pretty cool. So to put it in your control center, so that's the menu that where you swipe down from the side right here, so it shows all of your little shortcuts to get to certain things. So what you're gonna do, and it's this little ear right here next to the recording on the very bottom, that's the one that we're gonna get. So to put the background sounds into your control center. So you're gonna go to your settings. So after you go to your settings, you're gonna go to your control center, or you're gonna scroll down to where it says hearing, and it's this blue icon with an ear. So you're gonna hit the plus sign, and then we're gonna swipe down to our control center. So it's just from the top right of your iPhone, and you're gonna swipe down, and then you're gonna tap the ear. And what this is you can pick different sounds to play in the background, like rain, they have the ocean, they have just dark noise, balanced noise, bright noise, a stream, all these different noises, and you can pick the volume that you want them at and also play them over music from any app. So it's really, really cool if you just want something peaceful to help you study or to fall asleep or anything like that. And I just think it's a really, really cool feature. And I have played it before. I've tested it. I played the rain noise with the Lumineers and it was a vibe. So the next thing is kind of also with Safari, but also with messages. So let's say you want to search, we're gonna search for cats. We're gonna do cats. And we're gonna go to images, and if you want to send certain images to a person or save them in general, so you'll just hold it down with one finger and drag it to the bottom right. And any other of the images that you want to add onto that, you're just gonna tap them and it's just gonna add those images to the one that you've already selected. And after you get all the ones that you want, you're going to use your other finger to swipe out of the search engine or the Safari, whatever. And let's say we're gonna send these to Cooper. So I'm going to just drop them into the text messages. And then you can see they dropped every single image that I wanted to send him. So we're gonna send him a bunch of cat photos. And the way they send looks different. So you can swipe through these pictures, which is really cool. Or you can go to a grid form and select the ones that you want to save. So it's a much more efficient way to look at something that someone sends you, and a much more efficient way to send those things. So I really thought that was really cool. And I think it looks so much more neat instead of just having a bunch of pictures lined down. So I really, really like this feature. And another thing that you can do is pin the links that people send you. So like if your friends send you a TikTok, or like Cooper did here, he sent me a podcast about real estate that I wanted to listen to. So to pin that so that I can easily find it, I'm going to hold my finger down on it, and it's gonna bring up these options at the bottom, like reply, copy. We're gonna hit pin, and it's gonna keep that link pinned. So whenever we go back and I go to our conversation and I see the links that we have sent back and forth, and the most important ones that I have pinned will show up. So it's a really cool way to keep track of everything, because I know sometimes we probably have text messages with a ton of links and some are more important than others, and it's really hard to find a certain one, or if someone sends you like what they buy on Amazon or whatever, it just makes it so much easier to find it, because if it's important to you, you can make sure to mark it where you want it. So the next thing that I learned that they did is they send you a notification summary. So you're gonna go into your settings and you're gonna go to notifications, and I have not done this yet. So you can schedule a summary, and you can see here, this is the first time I've done it. So basically you can pick what apps you want to have notifications summarized of from that day. You can pick, that way you're not getting constant notifications all day long. So like if you don't want to get any Instagram notifications until you sit down at night after work and everything has calmed down at like 8 o'clock or something, your phone will pop up with a notification summary of all the Instagram notifications that you had that day, along with any other apps that you chose. So it's really, really cool. So let's say we want to do, let's do Instagram, we'll do Facebook, and we'll do Pinterest. So add those 3 apps, and then you can add, like if you want to get it multiple times throughout the day. So we'll do our first one at like, we'll do noon. I think that's good. It's usually when people eat lunch, right? And then we'll turn on notification summary, and you can add more if you want, or take them away, whatever is best for you. But I think that's really cool because it keeps us focused on our tasks of what we should be doing. And I really like the productive aspects that they focused on with this update, because I feel like there was quite a bit. And I'm going to show you one more that is really going to be super, super helpful. So the next mode that they added, which I think is super cool, it's called focus mode. So it's gonna show up in your control center just like this whenever you update your phone. And basically what this is you can have your phone set for different modes. So you can have a mode for work, for a workout, for reading, for meditating, whatever it is. And basically what you do is you can pick what people you want notifications from while you're in that mode, and then you can pick what apps that you want notifications from. So if you have certain workout apps, you would want to do those. So you can take away Instagram, you can take away Facebook, you can take away all the social media ones in your email so that you just have the workout apps notifying you like, hey, like this is like, whether it's a timer or whatever kind of apps that you have that you use to work out, you'll only get notifications from those to keep you focused. And also they have the time sensitive ones, so if you have any kind of time sensitive apps, those notifications will come through too. So it's really cool, and you can also set up different home screens for each mode, and it can also go into a certain mode based on your location. So if you do have a work mode to where let's say you don't get any social media updates while you're at work or notifications, but you just get calls from important family members, it'll automatically go into that mode when it detects your location is at work. So you don't even have to do anything. It's a really interesting feature that they added, and I think it's very creative, and I think it can be very useful to a lot of people. And it's basically like an advanced do not disturb mode. So I think that a lot of people would find that really helpful, especially like in the gym or something. That's kind of what I would use it for. Yeah, I think it's really cool. That's an awesome feature. If you use it, let me know. And like I said, you can create different home screens just like the one that I created and have it just set for those modes. So it's really, really cool. And obviously no matter what mode you have it in, you can just swipe to your app library and easily get to all of your apps. So no matter what, you're not totally cut off from your other apps, but it does help make it a little bit more difficult to get to those and to also not get sucked into them by getting notifications all the time. The very last thing that I'm going to show you is you can now copy text from a photo. And this is also like from your camera too. So let's go into my photos, and I'm gonna find one with words. Okay, so this is a real estate tip one that I created yesterday. So I try to post a tip of the day. And so you'll find, like, if you have any photo, like if you find a quote on Pinterest or Instagram or whatever website, or if you just find text that you want to copy, all you have to do is hold down your thumb and then it'll highlight the text and you just copy it. Or you can look it up, or you can get, if it's a foreign language, you can translate it right then and there, which is super cool. So let's copy it. And then we'll put it into a text to Cooper. And it literally just copies the words from the photo. And I think that is so cool, especially with quotes and just like any kind of directions, maybe anything like that. I think that is the neatest thing. So the last thing I'm going to show you is how you can copy text in your camera as well. All you have to do is go to your camera. So we're going to go to our camera, and then you're going to hold your thumb down, and it's going to scan for words. And you see these 3 lines on the very bottom right of your camera. You're going to hit those, and you're going to hit copy, or you can look them up, search on the web, and then you'll have them pop up. How freaking cool is that? Or we copied the text and we can paste it in our text messages, and it sends like the whole name of the food and everything. Like, how freaking cool is that? And if you hit the little blinky little blue line there, that little on the right, that little scanner icon shows up again, and you can do it in your text messages. And it just like, it reads it all. It's so freaking cool. Like, and I think the whole searching thing is really cool too, because if you're in a store or something and you want to look up that certain food item, like the nutrition facts or just anything about it or reviews, you can easily do that. You can do that with anything. It doesn't have to be just food. It can be anything that you want to do. So I think that feature is super cool and very creative, and I think it would become very useful. And that clearly wasn't all of the features that they put in iOS 15, but I think that was the major ones that I noticed a really big difference with. The maps do look a little bit different, so you can pick different modes. It's a little bit more 3D. The speed limit for different roads is in a different section. It's just a little bit different, and I think it looks really cool. The weather is a lot more in depth, so it shows you more information about the weather in your area. So if you use the Apple Weather app, that is a little bit different too. But yeah, I think that was the major changes or the features that I thought would be really cool to share with you all. And if you haven't updated your phone to iOS 15, what are you doing? And like I said, I really like how they focused on productivity and kind of more ways to get away from your phone, if that makes sense, like the work modes or focus modes and the background noise for just a little bit more relaxation in our lives, because we could all use that. Applause for you, Apple. Good job. If you enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to give it a like and subscribe down below. If any of these tips helped you out, or if you customize your phone, let me know, because I love to see what everyone comes up with, because there's endless amounts of ways to customize your iPhone. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.